This is the Flavor of Leadership podcast. I am your host, Clint Hoops. Together, we explore the unique blend of leadership wisdom that helps top leaders consistently achieve work goals, develop personally, and find fulfillment with family. Let's get started. Welcome to episode number 21. This last week has been a whirlwind for my family. My wife and I have been blessed with a beautiful, healthy baby girl this last week. We're so excited. My wife Angela was on the podcast a few weeks ago, and we talked a little bit about how we were going to be having our new baby soon, and now she is here. We were tested with our patience, I will tell you, on this baby. We've had actually our last couple of children have actually been a few days past their due date, and this baby was no different. And so we were hoping it would be a little bit different, that she'd come closer to due date, but she didn't. And for any of you women out there that may have had a baby yourself in the past, you can know just how hard that is as you get closer, and how hard it is at the end of that pregnancy. I felt so bad for my wife, and she is a trooper. You know, it seems that with each child we have, I have become more and more grateful for the miracle it is to have a perfect little child come into our lives. Even after all of the crazy hard work, and I know my wife has had to do all of that, most of it, you know, we're so grateful to have this child. She has only been alive for a few short days, and already it feels as though she has always been a part of our family. It really is in these rare moments like these that we get the chance to simply reflect on truly what is most important in our lives. I know it sounds super cliche, but it seems that many of the most simple truths in life can be seen as cliche, when in practice, they can actually be transformational in our lives. On last week's episode, we talked about rest and taking time to reflect or to meditate. And over the last few days with this new little baby, I've had the chance to have a few special moments. And I've had some uninterrupted time with just our new sweet little girl in my arms, had a chance to hold her and talk to her, and it just made me think of all the amazing things that she's going to do in the future as she grows up and learns, and makes me think of all of the decisions that she will make. And all those decisions will determine who she is, and really, I guess, who she chooses to be, and how I really only have a very short time to be a part of her life in a really big way, as she'll grow up so quickly, just like my other children are already doing. I can't believe that my oldest is going to be, a teenager this year, and it really does blow my mind how quickly time goes. Another cliche thing about how quickly time flies, but it truly does. It truly does. As you take the time to reflect in your own life, what do you think about when you're reflecting? When you're not thinking about anything else and you can clear your mind, what do you think about? What is really the most important thing to you? A lot of times people say that what we think about most is often what we care about, or it's also what determines our actions, right? The more we think about something, the more we're going to act in that way. So, what do we think about? What do our actions show? You don't have to wait for a big life event like me to have reason to reflect. As I sit here and think, I just want to say, I want to make sure that my personal why is worth fighting for. Make sure the same for yourself. Make sure your personal why is worth fighting for, and do things that bring you closer to accomplishing your goals. And then take time to reflect on how you can help others you lead to do the same. I love seeing other people that I get to lead hit their own goals. I love it, whether they're personal goals or goals at work, but it is so fulfilling to see people decide what they want to do and do it. Figure out what's most important for them in their life and go and get it. Sometimes those things are work related, sometimes they're not. And we need both to have a full life. But without some time to reflect, it is easy to just keep going without stopping or taking the time to consider if the direction we're going or the actions we're taking are even right. That holds true for us in our personal life and also helping those we lead to do the same thing, helping them take the time to realize that reflection is worthwhile. Peter Drucker once said, "Follow effective action with quiet reflection. From the quiet reflection will come even more effective action." As we take the time to reflect and think, we too can have the chance for even more effective action and impact in our lives, in our businesses, and even with those we lead. Follow effective action with quiet reflection, and from quiet reflection will come even more effective action. That will give us the chance to be able to make sure our direction is clear and right. You got this. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me on this week's episode of the Flavor of Leadership podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast player. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback for us, you can reach me directly at flavorofleadership.com. Thanks for listening.